Polygamous family kuna that conflict. Hata wazee wajaribu aje, mother jaribu. Kuna conflict between kids iko tu ndani. And there was an headmaster. Apart from feasting on the young girls, mazia pia kwa anarukia vijana man. So jamaa alikuwa anatama gani? Jamaa ana preference man. I didn't get the role because of we solar charger. Klienda KNT man. That day my phone ilikuwa nazima. So kulikuwa na amesahau charge yake hapo. Nyote timu ya audition na umechanganikiwa. Kulikuwa na msemo mmoja kama amesahau charge yake. Hapo nikiweka charge simu yangu. Mimi the time I was done, nikachukua simu na charge gani nimeendanga nayo. Unajua mambo ya relationships too. So you have to there's a process. But no. I didn't give you to story ishe to know what next topic. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the internet. This is your host Joel Mkoma, also known as Joel Flash. And with me today on set, or rather in conversation, is the prolific MC with the most. Amewafanyia harusi, anawatrainia watoto wenu drama. Alafu actually hizo si main hustles zake. His main hustle is actually an operations officer at SMA Stage Media Arts. Ma HR bana, kuna titles bana. HR and finance.
Yeah man.
Welcome to the Time Lapse.
Thank you,
Mr. Kennedy Opata.
Santi. This
also known as MC OPASH.
Yeah, thank you. This is amazing being here.
Yes.
Na feel fit sana.
Yeah.
Na feel fit.
Good.
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah. Naona kuite kwa set. Kuwe guest wetu wa kwanza.
It's an honor.
You and I have a lot of history. And it's going to pop up somewhere in the conversation as we go. Sitaki kwanza kusomea watu Zaburi. So all this is just going to pop up in the conversation as we keep going. Yeah? Iko sawa. So welcome.
Asante.
Let's just have a good time. Sikuwa na wasiwasi. Iko sawa.
So thank you so much. It's an honor being your first guest. As I know, pia nimekuwa nikisikia this thing coming, yeah.
Yes.
Of course the name sikuwa najua, but nilikuwa nasikia tu this thing is coming. So being the first guest of this dream, it's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Nashukuru sana. I'm so honored to be here.
Yes.
Iko sawa.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, as you are well aware, I've been talking to people in your life, trying to gather things here and there.
Ikimzima sijalala. I'm trying to narrow down what are the kind of things you're looking for, man.
Hey, boss. Nothing crazy. I think venye watu walisikia tu sijui TV, watu wakakaza. Wataki kuchoma.
No, but baka wanilinde.
Yeah, well, they were very protective. Kwanza mother was like, Kwanza I asked her a question, and I asked her, ni swali gani ungependa nikuulizie MC OPASH ama kijana yako kwa TV?
Online akasema
Akasema sasa wewe unauliza maswali ngumu, hiyo sijafikiria. Wewe fanya hivi, wacha mimi naenda hivi na kam. Siap. Akaenda mitini. Alinibamba sana.
Ndio maana wakali bwana. Kumkona.
Ule ni mjanjezo wa town. Sana. But
unaona vile wewe deal na wasio boda boda hapo kwa job yake.
Yeah.
Mother huyu. Huyu ni mkora.
She's aware.
Ako rada sana.
It's all good. But sasa ideally I was just trying to establish nini inaitwaje growing up. Huyu jamaa alikuwa mtu aina gani? Unajua mimi I met you kama wewe ni baba mzima, zinga la mtu ushaanza kuhangaisha warembo.
Shaza kwa ndevu wewe.
Yeah, so bad kitoko I think.
Niko na ndevu your time already.
Yes, bado haikuwa develop into a full blown man.
You know shave yako your time. Yes.
You know what? Time lapses. Niko na evidence. I've known him for like 13 years now. Na niko na pictures zingine zenye hata sikoshua kama nataka nianilish kwa mtandao. So tutaenda kwa archives, tuone kama ndevu ilikuwa ama ni hype, ni hype ya kujichachishia jina hapa kwa time lapse?
Nilikuwa na shave hivyo, but those who realize kwamba anaweza beards. Actually, if my inspiration ya kuka beards, I think we did it together. At the time we were doing events.
Challenge fulani.
Alafu tukafanya hii challenge ya no shave November.
Yeah.
And then manze kulikuwa na feedbacks man from ladies yao wakafiti. Wow,
ukaambia unaweza.
Kama hawa acha ibaki. This is a new look if it makes you being noticed in that nikaacha ikae. Then I also for my own confidence I used to check out myself on mirror and I felt my face looked different with beards. Chebaki.
Inaongeza tubonga points hapa na pale.
But in the next few years nataka kutoa nywele. Na ngoja kwanza tutoe hapa kidogo alafu sasa nitoe kipara.
Anyways, so I am told I was told that I have never had this. Sijaisikia mtu akikuita Onyango. Why Onyango? Like it sounds like it's a proper Jango name. So I know a couple of people in this town who are called Onyango. So you are Kennedy Ochieng Opata. So why Onyango? Why did they feel that is a nickname? Ni nani Onyango alikuwa nani kwa hiyo mtaa yenu? Na alikuwa na sifa gani ndio ukaanza kuitwa Onyango baba?
Siko sure kama niko sure na history ya jina Onyango. But from what I heard from my mother, it was a name from my grandmother in Elinipea. Jina Onyango. And my mom told me I used to cry a lot when I was young. Kwa nalia sana. So I think my grandmother aliniita Onyango for siko sure with the reason for it. But ni jina home. Unaona. So growing up hivyo Kennedy Ochieng hata jina mzaidi kama ka adapt later. We were in a school whereby we were 4 Kennedy Ochiengs.
Okay.
Kennedy Ochieng. Alafu your friend Kenneth, you know him? Kenneth Ochieng. Pia is a guy, he used to be a friend kitambo sana. So we were 4 Kennedy Ochieng and 5 for the fifth person was Kenneth Ochieng. So we had to change our names. So nika change to Opata. But Onyango ni jina mtaa. So later when I was growing up, jaribu kuifix kwa ilikuwa ni jina home. Kuifix kwa mtaa ikakataa. Then also ili grow now area fulani unajua kama Onyango mpaka saa hii. So we shift to another mtaa. Jina Opash I think ilifunika zote.
Ilifunika zote ndio ikakuwa ndio
Onyango.
Which is like a derivative of your name.
I'll be surprised ukiita Onyango. Don't jina wapi bwana.
I've been talking to people. So
I my girlfriend jina inaitwa Onyango.
Now she'll know. Now she'll know. Because I was like, that's a really odd name to give someone as a nickname. So I was really curious. And as I was asking, there was like ni kama tu ni jina, it's a legend of sorts that picked up.
My mom didn't explain why Onyango.
Alipiga malap. Alipiga malap. Actually, the person who tried something close to explaining was your sister.
Alisema nini?
Kaband.
Ugai mwana.
Kasema tu jamaa tu ndivyo alikuwa sumbua. Hai. Ati kuoga shida. Hadi unapewa mzee anatandika enda uoge, bado unapiga passport, unarudi tena unarudishwa, unalia, unaweka drama kwa kulia yako yote. Bro, maji ilikuwa shida, baridi ama ni songe kuchemshia maji uoge.
Okay, sikumbuki your part about my life.
Acha kuringa bwana wewe tu.
Sikumbuki your part about my life. But I know nilisumbua growing up kwa hii streets nilisumbua sana. I can feel it. Now at this age now I can understand the responsibilities my parents walikuwa nazo. And the way I see life right now, I think nilisumbua sana. Sikuwa nakaa home, used to move around, nini, kuenda kuona video. Also playful. I don't think kulikuwa na any activity in the streets nige miss out. Hizi shows napita hivi, nimefuata bana. Hizi za wasinde nimefuata, nimeenda, nimepotea.
So let's just say you were a curious kid.
Yeah, man.
And being in town, let's just say your parents were caring and they were worried that you're going to end up in some sort of vice or the other. Yeah. So it's okay. Kama huku shika kaanza kuchapa hiyo, then uko sawa. You never veered so far away from the trajectory ama from the path that you are.
And actually, usually, I think I've mentioned this one to my mom.
Yeah.
Kulikuwa na mtaa tunaishi kitambo. It was a really bad estate.
Yeah.
And some of the guys will grow now, most of them, not all of them, most of them took a different kind of lifestyle and I don't think they appreciate.
Yeah.
And they were a good friend of mine. Mimi nilikuwa msomtaa. hizo pigana kwa mtaa nini. I was nilikuwa najulikana, niko hapo juu for to rank people nini, nilikuwa niko hapo katikati so na watu wengi nilikuwa nawapiga mangumi walikama wakapick up a different life. So I came to think about it sometimes. I sometimes want to appreciate my mom from that mtaali move out actually to relocate. I moved from that street to another street. Nilikuwa nasema if I was to ningebaki hapo ni hiyo ghetto wangu in the way ilikuwa
which side Bungoma?
Bungoma.
Which side of Bungoma?
Tuona kama Mandizini.
Okay. And then you moved to
Banana. So tuka move to Mfutu.
Okay. Mfutu was better kidogo.
Yeah, Mfutu was better. Yeah, so most of the guys tulikuwa nao huko wengi walikama wakapika different kind of lifestyle.
Okay.
Ilikuwa na feel walikuwa morio wangu sana. Ilikuwa na feel if I was still in that estate, maybe ningefeel with that pressure. No, najipata maybe nafanya vitu si appreciate mpaka saa hii kwa maisha yangu. So wanaambia madhe ulifamzuri kutoka huko mtaa. Mimi nilikuwa nimeenda.
What is your fondest childhood memory? Looking back, if you were like to dial back and think about your upbringing as a kid, maybe up to like 7, 8 thereabout, what is your fondest memory?
The most beautiful thing in memory.
Or memories, but give me the top of the cream.
I think most of my good memories in the shule.
Yeah.
Was
your time at what? Baptist?
Baptist. Baptist. This one is very, very crazy. I used to love going to Halo. You call it Halo? The river, the local river. You hapa chini tu hapa mtaa.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Dufumpararo.
Dufumpararo. So I used to love that thing.
Yeah.
And I think it was one of the issues nilikuwa kusana mangu sana. The way nilikuwa nimelelewa, my mom didn't appreciate that kind of lifestyle.
Yeah.
So hakuwa ananinyima hiyo kitu hataki kuenda. Alafu kids used to die kwa hiyo nini. So I used to sneak out to go and kuogelea nini. So my fondest memory, one of the most beautiful things growing up as a child, like on those weekends whereby unatoka chuo and you have to go to Mpararo, swim mpaka saa 9 saa 10, then you go home. It was really, really beautiful. I used to love it.
Is that how you got to know how to swim?
Yeah.
Ama ujui hata
kuswim najua kuswim. Na swim kama Mluya man. Na swim hiyo shingo napiga hiyo. Unajua hiyo design ya kuswim alafu kunje mgongo. So mguu inapiga huko nyuma shingo ina kama kamata fulani.
I just have that picture in my head because I'm so familiar with that nonsense.
I tried it using kwa swimo. Man, it's funny.
Hata
nilisikia mgongo na niuma. It's a funny way of swimming but ni kali yeah. So my fondest memory to I think ni those weekends used to be very, very beautiful and used to have a group of friends wenye pia kwa napenda stuff. Alafu na pia the adventure of your mom doesn't want you to do that thing. Nenda I never understood the psychology nimekam kujua juzi. How did my mom used to know kwamba nimetoka kuogelea? Unaona? Mpaka tulikuwa tumebai mafuta tunajipaka lakini bado atajua. So I think sijui bado but I think ni kupara or something.
Kuna tu place yenye huko unapaka vizuri.
So hiyo adventure ya hiyo mother taki mnaipa chuo mko rende alafu kuna so many adventures mmeenda huko mmepata nyoka mmeenda huko zui msame amekunywa maji so the entire week we just laughing about it. Unaona? There's a friend of mine ajay appreciate actually he saved him. The guy was drowning, he was dying man. Kwa mnono. Tutasema jina yake. Lakini najua ataona hii stuff. Alikuwa mnono. He was a cool kid coming from a rich family. Ajaenda swimo, we were altar boys. Unaona? Kaenda jamaa karuka, jamaa kapotea. Wase wakatoka teki, jamaa ameenda man. I don't know, mimi sijui topic the
kajituma.
Asa mimi nilienda na outside ya huko mbele, unaona? And just nikaruka tu ndani ya maji, alikuwa anaenda na maji. Hiyo river drown hapo inakupeleka. So nikakimbia huko mbele nikaruka nikamtoa. Unaona? Aje appreciate though. Nafaa nilipe. Unaona? So hizo adventure.
Ununulie kitu kunywa.
Yeah, he used to make it a very, very good thing every week.
Yes.
You like want to go and do that, yeah.
That's nice. So in my conversations with your with your mama she like kijana ananipenda sana. He was like that's nice. Mama loves you. So that's really nice. Job mama like mwenye ana feel kijana ako down kumsaidia, and that's really nice, and I appreciated the love, and I actually am a witness to that love because I've been in your life for a minute. And paka hata like when I was dialing number ulikuwa umenipatia, when I dialed I was like Mama Opash, I was like
ulikuwa save.
Yes, I still have it. I never lose numbers. I still had it. So anyway, I noticed the love for your mom is really high and good. So does this feeling, is it shared with your dad? Like, because the dad, he does not really come up in conversations a lot. Was your dad present in your life?
Yeah, he was.
Yes.
But he was a busy chap.
Yes.
The time I used, he posted a meme.
Yeah.
But forgive your parents because they were also learning.
Okay.
My dad was busy.
Interesting. Why are you prompting me, bana? Kuna swali kwa hapo ina.
So my dad was very, very busy.
Kwani kuna time umechukua hii notebook yangu?
No, zizi.
Hata uwezi ona handwriting yangu, so it's good.
Nimejaribu kuchungulia hivi nikaona mama footsteps za chura nikachana. Yeah, so my dad was very, very busy. Yeah. So I never used to spend, I never got that time to spend time na yeye sana.
Yeah. Na
mama yangu na mimi nilikuwa ni kama world war. Tulipigana yani. Madhali nilipiga baya akachoka. Na masufuria kwa hewa. My mom used to beat me almost every single day.
Yeah.
It was a good thing though. So hiyo connection yangu na mom, because we used to interact on a daily basis. Unaona. Mzee alikuanga ako busy job. Then I think pia alikuwa kuna two families. So unajua ana shift huku na huku so hiyo unakaa kwa siku 2-3 tena amepotea.
Okay.
So I think maybe that's the gap maybe za kwa hapo, but mzee wangu tuko fiti, si ubonga sana.
I tried to reach out to him. Phone ilikuwa inashinda to on and off. I never really got a chance to speak to him.
Alafu these two people, they give me two different kind of attention.
Yeah.
The love I have with my mom and the love I have for my dad, different kidogo.
Yes.
My mzara kama mzee wangu, in terms of him taking care of me, in terms of punishment, he can't nikosa. Because we tend to believe kwamba mzee kupigana na kupenda, unaona. So maybe the bond between me and my mom ni kunipiga sana. I was like mama anipenda sana, so I have to get the love. Mzee alipiga mara moja. And one thing na mzee wangu, this is why I said when I reach out to him, yeye unisikiza. Alafu yeye wanijaji. Yeye hata okay. Wana filaji. Like I had advice ati no, you know what I know. Wana filaji. Alafu utamuelezea ngambia fanya hivyo. Mimi niko hapa ta support.
Seems like you have it all, ni kuataka tu kuelekezwa.
Hivyo. So sometimes kuna feelingi mapenzi yangu na yeye ni fiti. Alafu kuna venye pia you echo out kwamba one of his favorite sons.
Okay.
Mzee anipenda.
That's bold. Declaring.
Alisa aliniambia bana kwa vijana wangu bana wewe naye.
How many are you?
Tuko boys, tuko 3.
How many kids does your old man have in total from, you said yako na boma mbili? Yeah.
So I think
from both homes.
7.
How many to your mom? How many to the other mom?
Mom 2.
Yeah.
Alafu kwa mzae
kwa your mom you're only you and daughter?
Mimi and daughter.
Interesting.
Mimi and daughter.
Okay. Okay.
Alafu kwa mzae huko sasa tuko na Collie, tuko na Chris, tuko na Beryl, tuko na Winnie, tuko na Judy. Hao wengine bwana wanapiga story na Mungu juu sasa hiyo mtulia. Their soul rest in peace.
Yeah. Okay. What is your fondest memory of that old man of yours?
Mzee wangu.
Yes. I know if I ask that question about your mom, you have like a shitload. So I'm zeroing in on your mom, on old man here. I'm sure there's some good trivia here. Ama kuna kitu ka fiti tunaweza pata kutoka kwake.
The fondest memory of mzee wangu. Yes. It's really tricky. Yeah. But I can vividly remember the days when he was around. He used to pick me up.
Yes.
And just go the two of us to iko itwangaje. Is a place hapa itwanga Simba Hotel or something.
Yeah.
Just the two of us.
I think nilipata.
Nakaa hapo na buy soda. At that time I think mtu kubaya soda ilikuwa a big deal, man.
Yeah.
So na kubaya soda unapiga story hivyo, then you go back home. Like actually kutembea. No, I can remember actually.
How old were you?
I think nilikuwa class 4 hapo 5.
Interesting.
I used to pick me up. We just walk the two of us. Tunabaka kwenye kuna soda. Alafu tunakunywa soda pia tu story afa nirudisha home. I wish that time kuna photos, piga picha ningekumbuka ya. So there's a time, there's one day.
Kupiga kwa zile za photomi, zile za wale.
Zile ziko, but ziko happy.
All right.
I think that's the most beautiful thing I can remember about me and my dad. Kuna couple.
Top of the list. The one that comes to the mind first.
Ile na kuja ya kwanza.
Yes.
Mzee Opata, Mr. Nicholas Opata. When I was young, I was kanisha kwa mzai.
Mostly formative years, but hata kama kuna any recent fond memory, that's also fine. It will count. Formative years and present, or one.
I don't know if this will fit as an answer.
Yeah.
As a time nilikuwa naishi shuleni. And ilikuwa nimereport kwa mamangu sana, so many issues za shuleni.
Yeah.
So this time I thought the only person I can talk to ni mzae. So that time he wasn't around, alikuwa ameenda home. So nikamwambia niko naishi shuleni akam. Kwa nimepewa ka barua. So akakuja.
Ya suspension ama ya nini?
Yeah, suspension kind of thing.
Acha toto siulize ulikuwa umefanya nini?
But I was so notorious, man. Nilikuwa msumbufu.
Yeah.
So mzee alikuja bwana. Alidili nao ase. Wow. Kulikuwa na claim kwamba zilifanya nini. Mzee alidili nao ase bwana. Hapo mzee wangu ni msemo mwenye yeye uamini ni very very intelligent.
Okay.
So hata ukiongea naye hivi anataka ongea naye kwa kizungu. Young man, how are you? Alisomea watu kwa shule bana. Nini maisani?
Made you feel proud,
na akatoka kaenda. Hapo msalifuza kwa shule. Libaki sikupeleka home. So I think that thing used to bamba
stuck with you.
Yeah, that's the best memory thing.
As an old man handling his business.
Mazali kama alizusha. Ni kizungu msee.
Wewe.
My boys were like,
hapa nina machanja.
Na machanja. My boys were like, mzee wako bwana mwerevu. Kwa kula kizungu hapa, you know, kizungu gomanisha bwana class teacher. So I was like, tusiongele hapa, let's go. I was like, mzee yako sawa.
Uko ulitoa confidence nini?
Kama kuna confidence nilitoa hapo.
But hata pia
kwa zilikuwa madhe, wewe unakuweka chini na kulalisha viboko. Mama akasuka alinipiga mpaka prison kanihurumia bwana.
Yeah.
So my dad, I think that's the most beautiful thing nakumbukanga about him. Him coming through for me and defending me so harshly with that confidence. Unaona. Siku makosa ilikuwa gani, I can't remember, but I wasn't on the wrong. Sikuwa nimekosa.
Wewe mwenyewe. Hiyo tuachie tu hapo, lakini within the picture kuna mtoto wenyewe alikuwa na nundu pahali.
No, funny thing. Yes. Makosa zenye nilishikwa nazo shuleni, si nilifanya.
So there was a mistake lakini somewhere in the picture.
Lakini msee nilifanya mavitu kwa shule yenye hawajainishika. Ili sneak out. Wacha tu wewe. Sikuishikwa. Lakini zilisuspendiwa nazo. Zilikuwa issue nazo.
Yeah.
Si nilifanya. Kuna mori wangu anaitwa Anwar.
Yeah.
Hii familia kina Anwar huyu.
Okay.
Tega tuona. I think anafanya job Malaba.
Yeah.
Na mtaka anaitwa Derek Muyala. Sasa hii is a finance somewhere. So bana huyu jamaa, me was just part of the conversation. Unaona, jamaa ile agree bana kuwekea msisi pagul kwa kiti.
Wewe.
Go from one. Bana mimi yana siku kusema yes. Mimi nilikuwa tu hapo. Wallahi mbele Mungu Joel. Nilikuwa tu hapo na siku executive staff. Nilikuwa tu hapo. Like even
you are just an accomplice.
Sasa vile noma ilizuka bana. Huyu jamaa ni Mwarabu. Ametoka Kamega High School.
Yes.
The guy kuna hiyo sifa ni mwerevu. So wakaangalia hivi Opata, wakaangalia hivi Anwar. Wana Opata huyu ndio suspect.
Tunakaa tu kufanya
wakadili na mimi vibaya sana. Basi siko najua anything. I was like, ni sawa tu. Nilikula viboko, nikapewa mpano ya kupasua makuni huko. Then hata fanya mimi na kwa marafiki sana. I used to bring me some stuff from home. Unajua mambo ya Arabu na wanga ya.
Yeah.
So mimi makosa nilifanya shuleni siko ipanishiwa for zile nilifanya. Mpaka leo. Agize nilipanishwa nazo siku.
You knew how to cover your tracks,
Tom say.
So there's something you mentioned, and it's not something I'd anticipate. Like I think you've told me before, but in our stories, but I don't think ni kitu yenye nilikuwa nakumbuka. Ama it came out when I was trying to build up a research of the type of questions I might ask you. So growing up in a polygamous family, what is your takeaway from all of it? Is it a direction you would pursue yourself? Now that you grew up in a polygamous family, it's a learning that now maybe it's not a way of life that you'd like to pursue yourself as Kennedy Opata, aka MC OPASH.
There's this conflict
Yes.
inakuwa. Either it can be loud or it won't be loud, itaonekana.
Yeah.
My parents actually tried. My first mom and my mom and my dad, they actually tried to make us feel like we are one.
Yes.
No. But you could still feel it. There was a conflict between we as the brothers.
There was a simmering conflict.
Kuna
Yes.
msana kukosea and you feel it's because he's not from my mom's side. Unaona? Kuna conflict anakuanga tu kako. Unaona? Yeah, though my dad actually did well. So wote tulikuwa tunaliwa from one house. Unaona? My first mom hakuwa na mind sisi shifting au kuja kukaa huko madhangu. Unajua in other polygamous families kuna hiyo rift yenye uwezi kaa huko.
Huko ni huko Ushago ama
Ushago, yeah.
So you mlikaa Ushago for some time then you moved to Bungoma. Ama mlikuwa mna visit huko.
Sasa unajua dad alikuwa Nairobi, job, si ndio?
Okay.
So I think it's a tabia wajaliwa tu.
Na Waluya.
Na Waluya. Ushapeleka bi moja reserve. Tafuta wa town.
So nani alikuwa wa town?
Mamangu.
Okay.
Mamangu alikuwa wa town. Kuna story mingi za town mzuri.
Alright.
She love a convo with her. Yeah, so mamangu alikuwa wa town, I think. So we used to enda nakana mama mkubwa. And actually she used to love me sana. Alipass though, may I soul rest in peace.
Okay.
She used to love me. Alikuwa anapenda kunitreat in a way that I used to like, hey. But I think my mom was worried. It's a thing like
I understand.
Yeah,
yes.
Unaona. Nilikuwa nikifika hiyo bwana anachukua paipai big ananichongea ananiwekea hapo unatoa hizo mambegu anaiunda vizuri. I used to love paipai. Actually love paipai. Nikia hapo. Umeshiba na ndizi na mahindi mchemsho. I used to love eating. So she used to take good care of me. Unaona. So nilikuwa nimekaa naye. Mimi nikampenda actually.
Yeah.
So sometimes you'll hear your mom say stuffs when they're quarreling na mzae or anambia as kids and you're like no mama kosa. So for polygamous families as much as some people try, there's always that conflict between kids too.
Yeah.
The moment your dad does something to the other person na feel like inafaa ikuwe mimi mbona nafanyie, unaona. Kuna kanaka hiyo like nataka ufanywe vitu, unaona. The time I actually feel hivyo in terms of mzae kulipa school fees, I was like, hey, mbona mimi niko home? Unaona. So I understand. Sigeza elewa kwamba pesa za mimi kidogo, unaona, na mzee amangalia sawa nilipe baadaye nini, unaona. There days I was at home due to school fees and my sister alikuwa high school, mimi nilikuwa primary or I think form 1 form 2 and anapea sister yangu aenda shule, mimi nabaki bado home like no feel because he's from the other family, unaona. Unaona mimi niko home nini and stuff. But those I understand bana. Unaweza kuwa na do bana, there's so many responsibilities that so you have to like cheza na hii kwanza and stuff yeah. So my polygamous family I think me it's a difficult thing, unaona. Sasa hii unajua kwa generation sasa hii mtu yangu na hata kubali bwana.
Ama tuzime kamera kwanza.
Alafu unaona the economy sasa hii mazee
Yes.
Familia mbili man ni noma. I don't know.
But Mungu akikubariki baba.
Nataka madam wangu niue.
Acha tuachie.
No, me I'll stick to one family.
Yes.
I'll stick to one family. I'd rather have all my resources
pulled together.
Yeah.
All right.
Itikayo. But polygamous family kuna that conflict. Hata wazee wajaribu aje, madha jaribu. Kuna conflict between kids. Iko tu ndani yenu.
Some rivalry.
Hata my big brother Chris. That guy anibamba sana. When growing up we never used to have a conversation. Like atuwa tunaongea sana.
Okay.
Naona. But I think him being a big brother, naona, is always checking up on me, bro koje, mboke koje nini. Naona, unakam Nairobi when, come pay a visit nini, mama koje, unakam home school like unaona.
He's trying to bridge the divide and build a relationship.
I'm sure say if I was having something I want to talk to someone, I'll call him and talk to him. Maybe niaje kuna vitu ziko poa in my life and I need to talk to you. And when you're growing up to kwa dogo, I never took on a conversation. We never used, maybe because alikuwa mkubwa sana, unaona. But atugeza ongea. Kuna bro yangu mwingine anaitwa Kokoti. naitwa Kokoti, naitwa Collins.
Kokoti.
Naitwa Collins, so nickname Kokoti.
Okay.
Ile is what napiga story. Actually he's the one who made me love football. As a football fan. But Chris atugeza ongea. But siku hizi Chris ame step up like anaongelea. So me used to think hiyo kutoongea because from different mothers. Mother. So maybe you know like hatuna story because yeye ni mama A, mimi mama B. Unaona. Kuna hiyo conflict kwa polygamous family. Sika mejibu swali yako. Mejaribu
sana. Yes. You are very candid in your response. So you mentioned something about forgiveness of your parents, and it's one of those things. I don't think many people do reconcile. I think some of the people I read, I read up and look up to. The psychology says that at around 20-something, 24, 25 years, you need to forgive your parents. Because at that moment of your life, you have the understanding ya kujua, mazee wako tu guess work pia wana. They don't know that much. They're just trying to make do with really conflicting and a really complicated world yenye pia si hata wanajua. They've never done this before, pia wana guess too, and they're making the right decisions or whatever they think is the right decision for you as they move along. So I guess the question kwata kuuliza, have you forgiven your old man for whatever, you know, like, and when I say forgiven, it's not like alikukosea in any particular way. Have you just like come to terms with the fact that he's a limited man who did whatever he could do in whatever space yenye alikuwa nayo?
I think me and him are easy.
Okay.
Fit sana. We will catch up vizuri sana.
Okay.
Fit. I don't think I have anything sahihi against my dad. Kuna kitu alifanya nini. And actually the time nilikam understand is tough. Kama juzi nimekuwa job nini Nakuru.
Yes.
Drama festivals. And one of my plans I was supposed to go and see my young boy. Unaona. But nilifika huko mase vitu zilikuwa tight man. In terms of kujipanga kuweka item on stage, ilikuwa na almost 3 items zote on stage, alafu ilikuwa sasa ilikuwa nikwe free, nikakuwa na another item. Sasa hiyo day nyingine ilikuwa nirudi mimi sienda kumuona, so nina plan nikamuone in the next few days, unaona. And now I understand like as in nikitoka huko nilikuwa najua hata nilikuwa shaongea naye hata jana mentesa kandiza bana unataka kunyana siku gani wewe mzai, unaona. And I now understand like as in umzaya as much as mimi on the receiving side was like umzaya ako busy stuff. But growing up nifikia age umesema hiyo 26 plus nimekam ku understand actually some of these things pia walikuwa try to figure it out. And I don't have anything against him. Umzana ni bamba mzee convo yangu na yake and the way I talk to my mom different kabisa. Hiyo ni bamba sana hata inasema tu got some plans for him.
Okay.
All
right. As we move away from the conversation of your dad, I think the last thing I want to ask about that, if I don't know if he'll ever get to watch this, but assume ataona, what is the one thing that you would tell him that you probably would utakuwa na soni kidogo kumwambia like mkiwa face to face? What is the one question ama one thing you would tell your old man if you were to like tell him something that made you feel shy?
I just tell him thank you. Like maze thanks sana Mr. Opata. And the reason why I'm saying this, so I told you my mom used to speak na mkono. Sufuria mama yangu anichapa kwa siku bana alinikelea bana sufuria wa kichwa bana.
African moms, God bless their souls,
but
man.
My dad,
they mean well.
Mzai wangu unavyotumeka hivi.
Yes.
Is to kaa hapa.
Masculine energy, huh?
Yeah man, afa nakubongesha na see you can me peke yangu because I've seen him quarrel bro yangu, but mimi sijui ni mbina yeye ama nini. Kuna vile mzee yangu anamtreat kama msemo mkubwa hata when I was growing up as a young boy. Kaa hapa unajua hivi na hivi nilikewa naona, so it used to hit differently.
Okay.
Naona not that mama yako anakulinga na sufuria, ndugu yangu anagombanishwa, brangu Koti used to love football, naenda kwa ball siku, so mzaya anagombana mzaya mbaya sana. And actually yeye na mzaya wangu wanaongana hiyo energy ya exchange words a lot, but mimi mzaya huyu nika chini niongelesha. So I think that gave me it ilikuwa na different impact in my life.
Okay.
So I just want to say asante sana I think I've mentioned to him some time back.
That's nice.
Mzee, thanks sana for everything you did for me.
Yeah.
I really appreciate. So mi kizamwambia tatu ni thank you.
You're fiti. You know, it's actually nice. The more the people in your life, maybe if you lose someone in your life or as you grow up, unaanza to realize that it is actually very important that you learn to appreciate people in your life. And if you're actually doing it while they're still breathing, giving them flowers or they're still alive, that's a good thing. Anyway, venye kwa intro, nime-mention bana, you have such an illustrious career bwana. Uko huku one day, weekdays, during work hours, when operations officer. Na operations officer tu si operations officer, umewekewa docket ya human resource management na tena finance
na administration.
Wewe those are bwana, wewe ndio kila kitu bwana. So those are very demanding titles. Haya, ikifika jioni ndio wewe una train watoto drama, ikifika weekend
MC.
Wewe umeenda kushikanisha watu kushikisha handball.
Kudansisha watu kushikishana handball.
Sasa how do you balance between all of this and how do you manage it? Hakuna formula msee. Like as the main goal ni yo pesa, mula. Yes.
Okay. That's the main goal. So tunaangalianga ido tunipata aje, unaona. Alafu me they have been brought up. Na nitamaningi though, si ndio wale wasonye ati kitu illegal live unashika. Unaona, yeah. There are so many shortcuts of making money.
Yes.
But the way mama yangu amenilea, you see me mention my mom every single time is because yeye ndiye alikuwa hapo ameshikia nut.
Yeye ndiye alikuwa admin.
Yeye ndiye alikuwa admin, yeah. So bila amenilea na believe kwamba amka tu ingie mtaa, pige mboka. Alafu inapata kidogo hiyo, unaona. So ndio. So mungangana those nanisumbua sometimes.
Because that is some serious scheduling that has to go into it.
Hata sasa in my position from where I stand, mdosi wangu kiona saa hii kuna task line iko very very incomplete. Mazi inafaa tufanywe audit. Tufanye audit kwa our organization.
Yes.
Tupate pesa. As you see, we normally depend on funds from organizations.
Actually, yes. If you are to plug SMA, what do you guys do at social stage media arts? Yes.
We create awareness on SRH, sexual reproductive health and rights.
Tumie kwa hizo vitu zenu hizo.
We create awareness to the young people.
SRH ni vitu vindu
shiwewe. We just create awareness and educate people in the community.
Yes.
Kusoma sexual reproductive health and rights.
Okay.
Mambo za STI, HIV, teen pregnancy, gender-based violence, hizo vitu. Naona. So we are focusing mainly on young people between the age of 9 to 24.
Okay.
Lately we're focusing on girls sana because they're the most vulnerable in the community, you understand? No. Yeah, I know the conversation is, we can have that conversation again. Yeah, boys are also vulnerable, especially in the current community.
Yes.
Kuna scenario whereby actually a boy is very very vulnerable, and actually in the current
vulnerable how?
Kama sasa mambo ya mental health. I think that is really hitting the boy child more than the girl child.
Yes.
And I actually did a play about it.
Yes.
Wanapata being positioned in that place as a young person, there's so many responsibilities that you have to catch up with. Inafaa take care of your family, yourself and stuff. Kuna hapo the standards of women imeenda juu compared na kitambo. Unajua kitambo bwana mchana tu bwana bora umelipa rent, umeleta chakula kwa nyumba iko sawa. The internet community imefanya now women want so many things and we have to catch up with that. So unafaa pia wewe step up say in terms of taking care, unless utaka kama like not a romantic or a loving boyfriend, no.
Yes.
Yeah, so the responsibility that is kwa mwanaume ni mob sana, and alafu pia the way we were brought up.
Yes.
You're not supposed to talk about your emotions, man.
Yeah.
No. We just face your stuff.
Kufa dereva.
Kufa dereva. Ukisikia umekasirika, enda kwa room kupiga nduru, but you can't stand in front of people and say like, hey man, say I'm tired man, or
maisha imenitwanga.
I'm in pain nini. Hata mimi I remember the time my dad mentioned to me, you're not supposed to cry. Why are you crying? Nyamaza bana. Pauze machozi, fala. Unaona? So those kind of things in your mind inafanya uwezi ongea. Unajua mademo bonga. Kidogo unajua boyfriend ya. Unaona?
Inawasaidia ku unpack.
Yes. Me I'll be going through some emotional shit and I won't mention to you as my friend because na feel like utanionaje msana simple msana bant like so nakaa nazo. So unapata the mental health issue kuna so many boys
yes.
Kuna so many boys wana suffer huko nje. Unaona?
So you guys come in and educate them on ways of dealing, coping and releasing stress something.
We try. We focus majorly on boys, on girls, but I'll tell you for a fact maze there are young boys who are going through a lot of things huku nje. Vijana kwa sodomize huku nje mbaya sana. So wanapigwa bonnet huku nje. Mtu mdogo. Basi sasa haizi bonga. Unaona? How do you go and tell someone maze umsali alifanya kitu fulani? It does not feel well with the community.
Yeah.
So
kuna hiyo stigma yenye itakuwa associated nayo pia.
Kuna mafisi tu hapa wanachezea na mtu kijana hapa nini shamsot ama nampea pesa ama namdanganya. This is the good thing. I don't know how they do it, but there's always that manipulation thing.
Yes.
Alafu so this boy can't go and talk to someone about it. No.
Okay.
So these issues ziko. There's a time we did a program in some school huko Misiho, and there was an headmaster. Apart from feasting on the young girls, mazia pia kwa anarukia vijana man. So jamaa alikuwa anatama gani? Jamaa ana preference man. Alikuwa ana feast on girls.
Niambia at least ako jela bwana. Is he like in prison ama?
It was a big conversation. Alikuwa pia hii systematic messed up. Alikuwa transferred man. No. Nothing actually happened. It felt choka sana na system ya Kenya. So this guy was feasting on girls. Unaona, watu wadogo. It's not okay, but at least it makes sense. Unaona. But again, he was now feasting on boys. And when you did this program, ilikuwa inaitwa Dear Mama County. It's a program whereby we go to schools and we tell the young boys and girls, write a letter to Mama County. Unaona, telling them that this is your problem.
Yeah.
And when you did the first program, kwa shule yako, ilikuwa aje? Kuangaliza mabarua, kuzisoma kwa ofisi. Mazee vijana walitokelezea kwamba bwana huyo prince anawarukia mbaya sana. Unaona. So these are the kind of conversations that boys can't have.
Okay.
And I'll tell you for a fact there are so many boys hapa nje yenye they are going through a lot of things now isema.
Okay.
Unaona. So ndio. And back to your question ya how I manage the whole stuff from stage media to personal stuff.
Yes.
Kujipanga tu kama ku MC unajua it's easy usahau vitu. So I do have a diary yenye nimeandika chini kuna hii job iko na hii iko booked, hii imelipiwa ijalipiwa stuff. Alafu of course stage media arts ni kama job sasa.
Yes.
Ya Monday to Friday asubuhi saa 2. Alafu now for the drama thing, it's a passion man. It's a passion yenye now I have to get an extra time for it.
Yes.
I have to get an extra time for it mostly.
Plus eco seasonal, right?
Eco seasonal.
Yes.
January to mwezi wa 4.
It's done.
Okay, maliza hiyo sana then you go back to normal routines.
Okay.
Zima na feel history mongea boys me feel emotional.
Man, no. You are a first responder in a very traumatic section of the world, man. So lazima ubebe some of that trauma with you. Or if that's not the case, then unapata inakufanya unakuwa desensitized, the word, right? Unapata uko desensitized. So unakuwa trust hata una feelings. But if you're carrying some emotions about it, means that
and actually there's a time you were having a conversation why we have so many complications STI kwa wanaume sana than ladies.
Yes.
Because boys used to get STI na asemi. Unachomeka tu unatembea change walking style lakini waweza ambia msee. Hizi kama kwambia Joel bana. Unaona. So it depends the kind of conversation you have. So kulikuwa a lot of young boys who are suffering from STIs and they don't mention it. Unaona. It get into a complication. Unaona. So that's the only thing ya vijana.
So being that you do a bunch of things, it's not a question of choice, huh? It's a question of like, ideally, if you were to pick any one thing that you could just pursue, like you drop the rest, which one would be among the three that you do?
Hey,
ama any other thing yenye maybe hata sikuweka kwa rap sheet yako bana, kwa sababu inaonekana wewe
I was a coach, man.
Yes, there is that. There is that too. My coach of
So do we consider the aspect of money? I just
so
pick the best.
Just pick, because this question is in line with something to do with fulfillment. Ni nini nakufanya unakuwa fulfilled? You know, like ni gani ukifanya time au notice time ina pass.
I think
when the one thing among all those items that makes you feel
I think
alive.
Drama.
The drama.
Man. Wow.
I actually thought you'd say that. My money was on that one.
Drama. Theater man wasn't it ukiingia kwa space you forget about yourself, because you have to be, leave alone when you're training, when you're training the kids and you have to show them a role, you have to unavyotoa nguo ya upata uweke kando, unaona, alafu uvae nguo ya hiyo character unataka kufanya. So kama you're training a young boy to act as a chief, or as an old man, so you have to act like an old man. So for a moment, I'm saying, you have to forget about opata,
and wear the persona of this old man.
You go space for a minute. It's like writing or reading, or even if you're watching movies. There's a minute when you're reading a book, unajisahau, unakuwa mse. Now that moment umejisahau, you forget about bills, rent yako. Hata utakumbuka na umesahau. Actually, hautakumbuka umesahau nini zako. So there's no rent, there's nothing. You in that space. So
you immerse yourself in this imaginary character.
Yes, I'm reading. And I used to love reading your articles. Jimo lecha kuandika. Unaingia hapo.
Coming back soon.
Unaingia hapo unakuwa mkoma, unajiona uko Butere, unaingia Sabatia. Unaona? So unapotea for a minute. It's a good space to be. Ni kama tu kuota.
So, why I like trying to understand why people don't pursue those things that make them feel like they are lost in them. So, mbona hujai feel like unahitaji kupursue hiki to further, ama imebaki tu hivi, because what you're saying is the training thing, where you train the kids, but what maybe the viewers might not know is that you're also like a very good actor yourself. Like the training comes from acting itself. So like, why haven't you tried to pursue, ama ulijaribu, ama what's the difficulties you faced, and why tuko hapa now you as a finance, an operations officer, instead of seeing you on KTN or penye Lupita huko?
Maze tulijaribu.
Yes.
And I have a group of people wenye I want to give them a shout out.
Yes.
Sylvan Amsasi.
Big up!
Amsasi. Kina Sheka, Alan Wasike.
Yeah, I know. Funny, I think I know those names.
China Malomba, he's a presenter.
Yes. Kiss, right?
Wako wengi, Steven Mubizi. Kuna wase wako so wengi, kazi tutaja wote. We tried.
Yes.
Maze kwanza mimi I tried. Kwanza mimi and Sylvia, we actually tried. And that's what thing kunafanya we were a good pair.
Yeah.
We tried. We went for auditions, me and Sylvia.
Yes.
There's a movie going into a Poachers. I think it was Netflix some time back.
Yeah.
Into Poachers. We went for that interview, for that audition, me and Sylvia. And funny enough, si wote tulipita first audition. Because I have a funny story. Just kuliba charger. Sylvia
choma kabisa.
Anasema I didn't get the role because of we stole a charger. Tulienda KNT, man. That day my phone ilikuwa nazima. So kulikuwa amesahau charger yake hapo. Unajua ile audition na umechanganikiwa. Kulikuwa na msemo mmoja amesahau charger yake. So nikaka charge simu yangu. Mimi the was done. Nikachukua simu na charger gani nimeendanga nayo. Yeah, so we tried. Tukaenda hiyo auditions. Tukapita first audition. First audition ilikuwa na wase karibu 1700. Mimi nilifika Nairobi kutoka Bungoma. Nikafika Nairobi around saa mbili. Nilikuwa namba 600. Kwa hiyo so wanini? Naona 600 tagi yangu.
Kila mtu anajiona anaweza kuwa Denzel,
ilikuwa noma. So nikapita. Completely akapita. Tukaenda for callbacks, tukaenda mahali fulani auditions and tukapita. And there was this guy, the director of your production at that time. I think Wakome select as the director. I was like, wow, guy. Kwa nini nimetu mimi? Where do you come from? No, you're a good actor. You feel unaweza undwa kwa something better. Mimi nikatu Bungoma. Toka Bungoma aka Nairobi. Like hilo nitapata. Alituambia tu hivyo. And we were so happy na Sylvia tupate hii role. It was going to be our first movie bana. Alafu unajua ndio kwa hiyo set yao bana wazungu.
When is this? This story is JSK bana.
JSK story?
Z.
But tulikuwa tupata role ya poachers, mimi na Sylvia. I was supposed to do the guy the main character guy. Sylvia was supposed to be my wife in that movie. Bwana tulingoja callbacks mpaka wale hatujaio.
Corruption in it.
Yeah, of course. Tulingoja I'm saying. I used to check up my mail. Hakuna. Mpaka nikapiga simu. Nikapigia mzako anatuandikia message simu. Habari yako madam. Tulikuwa nimekuja auditions. Nimefaulu. Kanaambia no mama say. Yeah, so the reason why maybe your dreams could pursue to that level maybe professionally.
Yeah.
It's a difficult journey as an actor.
Yeah.
And it also cuts across all talent in Kenya. As a footballer, I have interviewed with footballers.
Yes.
It's a difficult journey, msee.
Yes.
Unaona. Kuna tu a couple of talents zenye ukijipata geographically umeloketiwa mahali fulani kuna high chance ya kufaulu.
Yes.
Mkimbiaji. Hata mkimbiaji kuna so many corruptions na go through.
Yes.
Hata the rugby stuff and stuff. So we tried. We've done a couple of things growing up. I think you know about some of them.
Yes.
But kila siku ukijaribu napiga mwamba. Dim.
Yeah, you and I share some of the industrial bottlenecks that come in the industry because we try to set up like what are they called? Hiyo kama ya Nairobi or
shows,
commercial shows. We set them up in Bungoma so that we can also entertain people, create like a western north rift, like ya huku, so that we can be able to entertain people here. But bana, show 1, show 2, show 3, show 4 kidogo ni bankrupt movie shop bana. I almost bankrupted the movie shop trying to finance this.
Kidogo kuangusha kibiashara. I used to see you after tupiga show. I love this the thing about you. Siko unajuanga. Ukiongea mwisho unaona mshipa zitoka hapa. Yeah.
So intense, yes.
So you cry through you. Someone can see you crying through your head hapo, mshipa zinatoka zimekodoa macho. So I used to look at you, so unapiga hesabu, nasikia kama nimekuhurumia. Ungekuwa mchilling ungekuwa nakupea hugs hapo man.
Pea tu hugs bana. Mimi nataka hugs bana. Maisha ni ngumu bana.
Mshipa zimetoka hapa bana. Naangalia tabia yako. Profit ni 3,000.
That's a negative.
Ujalipa wasanii. The show man tulipata pesa kidogo. Mbizi anaweza kuwa. Mbizi yako wapi? Kuna show nyingine hapo tulipata 3,000 I think. Profit.
Yeah.
Yani the show ilikuwa imeenda even or zilikuwa imeenda hasara but tulikuwa na 3,000. So ilikuwa tulipe do. Tulikuwa tupeanga tukasema sasa hii ndio yenye iko. Naona 341. Ukapiga hesabu hapo tukagawana equally. Mbizi bash bana kushwa jwele tuibi. Kaambia hapana. I don't think hiyo ni stuff ya Joel. No. So I used to see you. Ulikuwa na ilikuwa ni normal.
That was a difficult endeavor.
So the talent thing it's so difficult. So I prefer mentorship.
Okay.
No. Because pia wenyewe page imeenda maze.
Yeah. No. Understandably.
And you make it saiba na mtu yangu inabidi bana umevuta makamba kubwa.
Yes.
So best thing I can do is mentorship.
Ina offer some sort of stability, yeah?
Yes. Alafu unajua pia hakuna kitu poa Joel kama kuona msee na talent alafu msaidie kugrow beyond penye yako.
Yes.
I see guys text me kajuzi will post results za drama. And guys are texting me ni aje ba mimi sikiza ongea mbele wase.
Yes.
But because of you man I can stand in front of people and talk. Hey mazee I'm a good performer because of ABCD. And I've seen a group of young boys in Yali train. Some of them also pure saying trainers. And it's so beautiful. There's a guy in Finance Judenito Adin. He's now a trainer, and I'll train narrative Kenya Nationals. And he called me Jana. Kuniambia OPASH ni hazemaze. Thanks so much for introducing me. Mentorship ya something that you're so good at kama your drama ni poa sana.
Okay.
Ni fit sana. Alafu yote imekutana poa sana. So I was telling you that this guy really appreciates the fact that I've trained him when he was in high school, and I've trained him when he's in college. Alafu now he's able to analyze scripts. One thing about theater is not about kujua act. Ni analyze story, what is your story, what is your conflict, and the way to resolve your conflict.
Yes.
No. I'm sure master your technique. No.
Okay.
So I just say he can do it by himself. Say as a trust shule, I got trust story. I can break into the 3 segments. Your conflict, resolution, kila kitu. Yeah, so ndio hivyo. And you kind of clear to go to story the journey of why it's imekuwa difficult. I remember hata nimekumbuka Ochuro. Crocs. There's a time hata
director pia alikuwa part of this. He understands the difficulty of
he was part of the
journey.
Star. He was part of the journey while growing up as a performer. Kwa tema alitu pia bana kanisa. Tukapiga hapo show, then 2 alitu pia venue ya kurias. Naona. At that time Bungoma kuwa na space ya accommodate artist, a place whereby like a recreation center for artists. I kwa Bungoma. So chura little pia space tukariasi hapo nini, and we used to do shows kwa mashule na kadhalika kwa churches. Director.
So kuna unacheki venye kuna kuanga na hiyo kati ya Man U na Arsenal kali. Sasa I think it's sort of like a question here between employment and a business / entrepreneurship. Which one, if you were to weigh in on the two life choices in terms of finances how to make a living, you are very artistic, unafanya vitu zenye zinakufanya unakuwa kind of like self-employed, and at the same time you are also like gainfully employed somewhere in an organization. So between the two ways of life, which one where would you lean more if you were to make a choice?
You're solely normal
in an ideal setup.
I've thought about it sometime in my life.
Yes.
Yani poa. And I'll be very, very honest before I answer. Sometimes maana kuandikwa kazi pia ni poa.
Transfers all the risk and pressure.
Yuko. Kwanza mimi msanii nimekuwa kwa organization wale. Kwa days za kula unyoso job.
Kuna?
Kwa days za kula unyoso, unaweza lala kwa kazi yani.
Kunyoso nini bwana?
Unyoso ni kulala yani. Kuzembea tu unaweza go tu hapo Kwa days zinaweza tu.
Hii ni shengi ya mfutu ama ni ya wapi bwana?
Unyoso ni shengi ya mtaa.
Usianze kutuzengua hapa na shengi ya mfutu hapa bwana.
Kuna shengi wanasema masomo wanashangaa bwana, hii nini bwana?
Hii ndio ya mfutu hii.
So unyoso
mandizini huko
kulala. So kuna days as an employee wa job ningelala tu. Not really kulala tu. Yani unaweza tu job and do one thing kadogo and
pedal push tu na at the end of the month
hapo bwana uone vitu ya kwa kigomana hapo Twitter and day imeisha. And at the end of the day bora umekuwa job for 8 hours unapata mshahara.
Yes.
Unaona? There's that thing. Though kuna sort zingine, then kuna days nimekuwa job like wow. Pressure bana, mimi nitakutoka hapa. Pressure bana, unafaa tume reports by COB. Wandikiwa mail.
Yeah. Those are usually high pressure.
Bana Maria mama Oira ametuma mail bana COB nataka report leo. Wow. Na mti yangu uko in terms of completion uko like 12% ama 10 and you need to like complete the entire task and you fanya na a month, unafanya na a day or 2 days. Maybe another day bana. No. So kuna days in your job ni mob like just too much, it's too much pressure and you have to deal with a lot of things.
Yeah.
No. Kwa mi department iko na run like there are so many things you have to deal with. No. And every single time again you also have to deal with staff members. Someone is not catching up with their responsibilities.
Yes.
You go home, you just tired, like extremely tired.
Yeah.
You know? And I see some of my friends when you're employed, wame cut off their social life kabisa, because the one day they get ya kupumzika, they rather just sit at home and sleep. No, na kaitwa lale zero. I think you also do the same thing kinda.
Yeah.
Siku hizi ndio kuona kidogo unaenda kwa Mombasa kwa maji ya chumvi. Kitambo bwana visamuko ulikuwa unafanya uonekana yani na pia baadaye pia unaanza inspire. let me throw this mbele ya camera. You're one of
Thank
the guys
you.
wenye I look at you and like I want to be like Joel.
Hey, okay.
Because kibiashara manze, hey bana, I've seen your journey like wow. And every time I make reference, sometimes I talk to my chile, she's a business person.
Yes.
And she'll tell you this. Wanamwambia Joel nafanyanga.
Gen Z's chileni girlfriend. Okay, continue.
Wanamwambia Joel used to do this. Joel does this. Kwa Joel angefanya hivi. Piga Joel hata muulize. Or lie, I swear. I use you as a reference point when I talk about business to any person, because I've been with you in business and I used to see that you do your things, that you document all the transactions and stuff, and I tell her, Joel does this, and you can see, I think one of the reasons why he is where he is as a business person is because of these small things. So if you do this, I think pia wewe utafika hapo juu. Unaona? So as I was saying, sometimes pia kwa employed men bana unachoka akili, unachoka mwili, because you have to be there. There's those rules. You have to be at work for this hour, then kuna task. So the day uko off, you can never do much.
So where is your heart lying in all of this?
Mimi.
If you were to make a choice, because choose your heart. Beba msalaba yako ni gani? Employment ama nini? If you were to make a choice right now with the knowledge, with the burden of knowledge that you have.
Mse, acha tu nijiandike kazi.
Jiandike tu kazi. You're taking your chances, huh?
Nijiandike tu kazi. So una uzuri ya job, kuna security ya you sure ukwe you working so hard that month or umekula unyoso that month, salary inakuja.
Yes.
Unaona? Of course pia kuna so many things, nini job security na kadhalika. But the freedom, self-employment, of course there's a discipline part of it. It's a whole conversation. We talk about it. But there's a freedom. Me the way nifanya kazi.
Yes.
Hata kama MC, I pick the kind of job I want to do.
Yes.
I pick the kind of client I want to work with. Unaona? Hata ku train. Unaona? Kuna freedom niko nayo. Like I'm the one who's calling the shots. My success is my decision mimi na make. Unaona?
Yes.
Si kama ku employed. Unajua ku employed unakuwa tu kwa ni kama kanat kwa tinga huko ndani tu. Sometimes kitu kama so me pick self employment.
Okay. That's fair. So kuna time we mention your little dude in early in the conversation.
Yes.
Unajua maybe kuna watu wamekujua juzi wajui wewe kidogo unatafuta wajukuu bwana. Jaden, right?
Jaden.
Yes.
JJ.
So how is your relationship with Jaden?
That guy is an amazing chap.
Yes. Ako grade gani saizi?
Sasa hivi bana kijana amekuwa grade 4.
Nice.
Yeah. He's a good chap. Na nimekuwa nikitrain Crest the King, and I've been interacting with these young boys out of your junior secondary na dog.
My Gen Alpha house.
And I'll tell you bana sitaenda kuwa na kazi kama wazazi. Because the way the guy aniongelesha,
yes,
hata mimi nanishtua. Unajua we chat ananiambia hey dude,
wewe
niaje bana mpaka yani the way aniongelesha, I was like wow, hapa kuna kazi. Wewe unataka tumzae baba like dad, we enda beyond that, like because ningekuwa ni kama uko in discipline or
yes.
We have a good relationship with Jay.
Yes.
We chat and we talk on phone, and I love the way he's able to articulate what he's going through.
Yes.
Na mimi kipiga sasa simu naulize nyaje form ni gani, na nifungulia roho niambia unajua bana bana kuna mwalimu bana alifanya hivi na hivi na hivi mimi sikupenda.
That's nice.
So we have a good relationship. Alafu the days na kwanga naye we enjoy sana. Can just see it. You furahia sana. So mimi na yeye tuna good relationship baya sana.
How do you feel what is the impact of long distance co-parenting? Because I have the benefit of knowledge of knowing that you're the mother of the Jaden's mother is not Kombali. So what would you say is the impact of long distance parenting? Co-parenting rather.
the mother is equally doing a good job.
Yes.
Because I see the way mtu anajiarticulate and tabia zake, and I kind of feel like the mother is doing a good job. Si sema ati kuna kitu mbaya. Kuna mtu mwenye you see the kid and like hapa mama ana nini, the mom is doing a good job, but him being a man, I would have loved akwe karibu sana na mimi, unaona, we most of the time, so that kwa vitu moja nataka kumwambia, kuna vitu moja nataka kufanya na yeye, like mob sana yenye sometimes the distance when
get in the way. Yes.
Yeah, because of course it comes with an expense. Yeah.
Yes.
And the time we have, it's very, very limited, because inafake huku, which we're doing a good job with the both of us. But kuna so many things you'll want to do with your first son. Unaona, so many things. Mob sana. Unaelewa kama mwanaume. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, so here distance, of course, it's inakuzuia. It comes with an expense.
So with the burden of knowledge, knowing what you know right now, unajua ile wakati mambo inachemka haunanga foresight, but now in hindsight, if you look back, if you were to make decisions at that point of separating between you and Jaden's mother, if you were to make decisions then, knowing what you know right now, it was not going to be easy, my friend. With the burden of knowledge, what set of decisions would you make knowing fully well what you know right now? I call it the burden of knowledge because it is a burden.
All your questions once. Before nikifikiria.
Yes.
Me na feelingi kuna kind of discipline I want my boy to have.
Yes.
Unaona, enye nikikuwa naye on a daily basis, I'm able to monitor if he's picking up or not. Unaona.
Yes.
So I think that's one thing kwenda kuambia nikasahau.
All right.
Aya, buruge swali yako mse.
Nirudie. Burden.
Save me.
Burden of knowledge, Baba. Burden of knowledge, you know things right now. And in retrospect or in hindsight, knowing what you know, the difficulty that is the journey of parenting from far, and the separation being imminent. I'm sure what you know right now, if I take you back to, what was it, 2015?
2015,
when you guys separated?
2015 up. Yeah.
Yes. So if I take you back then, would you make a different set of decisions regarding...
Sure.
Yes, intrigue me with with your set of decisions.
No, nitacheza hapo juu ya clouds tu. Tacheza hapo juu ya clouds.
Usihepe bwana.
Huko chini bwana, huko below the sky mambo ni moto. Nini? Of course I don't know. I wouldn't want. I don't think it's he's not missing anything so much.
Yes.
Because I've told you the mother is doing a good job. Singetaka sana mtoto wangu anini akue na two separate families. What's your question, man? What's your question?
Let me let you off the hook. Okay, are you dating now?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm dating.
Good. How long have you been dating?
4 years.
She whispered something to you. Hakuna mwanaume anajua. Director, how long have you been married? 7 years.
Ngoja kwanza, ufai kukumbuka.
Wanaume wanamanga fake in history. Wanakuanga na what I like to call a ballpark figure. Like 6 to 7 years. Ukienda ulize madam. Asema hiyo ni 10 years ama anasema hata ni 12 years.
But again, let me give you a different conversation.
Yes.
This kind of relationship kwa sahi.
Yes.
Maana ama demo nataka celebrate kila kitu. Unaona?
So you've been,
so ina keep, unaona?
It helps you keep the score.
You understand? It's all this anniversary. So unakumbuka. Kupenda si wazazi wetu hao walikuwa wanaishingi tu kufua. I don't think my mom and dad ever celebrated an anniversary. Nafanya wafanyia.
Maisha ilikuwa ngumu bana. Life was a lot.
Crazy people document every small milestone in their life.
It's a good thing, right?
Hata me growing up, man, I'll be there. I'll tell you one thing for a fact. I don't remember my mom doing me a birthday party. Hizo vitu.
Mkutana nazo kwa Yes.
And I've seen this conversation somewhere whereby some people do these birthdays and they do it to a bigger level. Msana throw bash
And a splurge.
evil, because they never had these things growing up as kids. No.
Yes.
So sahi, this is the time you can afford a cake. No, you can afford kachupa kamoja hapo ka whiskey. No, ara mbili, moja ya kunywa nyingine ya kujimwagia. Yeah. So people nowadays they celebrate every small. I think that's the beauty of this life as I.
Yes.
See, at a graduation,
We are a lot more intentional as a generation.
so graduate. I think
Ama ni kuflows, tunataka tu kuflows kwa mtandao.
no,
There's intentionality and then there's just
kuna hiyo.
There's a cut between the two.
Kuna hiyo, but now if you sit back and analyze it,
yes,
no, that's the beauty of it.
It's like a lot better that we have platforms to take it to, and as a result, we get to document a lot better.
And I'll give you an example. At graduation, I think some people kutunaona piga picha, ukishatoka graduation hivyo ni nyumbani hivyo, you go home with your family, take a photo nini. But hata sahi tu msee to a personal level, unaona. Tu msee kuna vijana celebrate graduation to another different level. Small things kwa shule, kumaza exams, ni like msana post, like people celebrate every small thing that is happening in their life in this current world compared na kitambo. So ndo hivyo.
That's good.
So I was telling you, I remember the number because I think hizo mama anniversary.
Mipiga sherehe kama zote. Okay. Najua sasa.
Uko na swali,
kuna follow up swali, hata mshow unaweza anticipate.
Bwana leta bwana, kwani what is bwana?
Utafuela nayo. Utapambana.
Leta bwana.
Sasa I mean hajakupatia pressure ya ku progress this whole thing to the next level, because there's usually that madem wanakuanga na kale ka kitu.
Kuna hiyo izikosekana bwana. Hiyo izikosekana. Masha nipewa pressure.
Alafu, how are you dispelling the pressure?
Unajua mambo relationships too, so you have to. There's a process. But
do tell us, director, what is the process? Like yani step by step. And you see CPS to viewers, time lapses will take notes on how to run their affairs. Unajua ni class unarudia. Sasa
no. Aje nijibu kitu story ishe, tuna next topic.
So funny.
Unaona? You have to do this thing when you're ready. And they are all,
this thing?
When you're ready, like
okay.
Your next step.
Yes.
I think nafatu mko tayari na inafaa kwa nyinyi wote mko tayari.
Okay.
We've had this conversation with her so many times, and she's like, "Wewe mzee inafaa tutoke hapa." Unaona? Yeah, but all of you have to be ready. And when I mean ready, there's so many aspects that you have to consider. So many aspects.
Okay.
Unaona? Vitu mob sana. It's a whole process, but inshallah. Ajua jibu yangu ya kutosheka lakini
no, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah. So answering your question,
yes,
she gives pressure.
Hints zinatupa kila pahali.
Yeah, you need to do this. And
yes.
I'm like, sawa, I'm on to it. We're going to do it very, very soon.
Okay.
Tupigiwa simu.
Tuite anaiko.
No, actually kama kwa msapata link kwa kwanza. Ya kuingia WhatsApp group.
Ni mimi.
Ni wewe.
Iko sawa.
Unaonga muri wangu sana.
Iko sawa. All good.
Wewe suti tena man. Kitabu ngono kwa suti. Makaki pants na polo shirts na loafers.
I will try. Mimi nipe color. Mimi nitavaa.
Na ule bwana ule mtu yangu. Utavaa color.
Namchekingi pale IG, hata tusumbua. It's okay.
I should have a discussion one day.
Yes.
What do you really want on that day?
Going to be chaotic.
No man. Yeah, so
no problem. Sasa there's around the whole dating thing. I'm just curious to know how it has impacted then you being constantly in contact with your ex, want to have a kid with someone, and you want to bear responsibility, it means you have to consistently talk to the other party, the mother now, who is not your wife or girlfriend. So how does this impact your current relationship?
Imeleta vita mara kadhaa.
Yeah.
Imeleta vita mara kadhaa. Of course, I don't think there's a woman who will be comfortable. They're comfortable. They're not comfortable you talking to another woman that you had an affair with.
Yes.
Wana feeling itu ndio zarudi huko hivyo.
Yes.
Ama mnaweza kuongea alafu some of the conversations
it could take a dimension which is a very easy dimension because you already have the time done.
It's a nini usumbua.
How do you handle the intricacy of that kind of dynamic?
Ukifika hapo, it's just you to give the woman the confidence kwamba like first of all, I'm here with you.
Yes.
Second of all,
akumbali.
Yeah, akumbali plays a good factor because I'm trying to imagine unajua pia like if nini yako hapa if your baby mama is around and you guys like constantly you think it can pose a challenge to if you're a weak man.
Yes.
Unaona. Yeah, akumbali. Then well madam she's a very very principled woman.
Okay.
Unaona. Kuna times zenye when kitambo though si sai.
Yes.
Unaona. Unatupako mahindi.
Uone kama
hizo okotwa. Okotagi hizo mahindi. Yeah, we crossed that line.
Yes.
And we agreed like
tulijaribu
mse. And actually one thing is we never parted ways in a very bad way. Kuna hiyo kosana fulani kwa relation nyingi
always kaa kwa room moja.
Yetu kwa hiyo mbaya no. It was very very smooth. So we accepted that we tried and it didn't work.
Yes.
So yako tu sawa. So you have to give your partner the confidence kwamba msay I'm here with you, and two that boy that kiddo is important, and I have to give him attention.
Yes.
And there are moments, so say thank God the boy is grown up so we can have a direct contact with him. I don't have to go through the mother.
Yes.
But you understand, on the other side, there's some conversations about that. I'll take care of the son that you need to share.
Yes.
School fees. No. So when you have those kind of conversations, so it's you to give your woman the confidence kwamba like there's nothing's going to happen.
No, right.
We check the whole line. Okay. So at first it was an issue between me na kisikia tu kiangalia hivi nini aone ulipigia mtu fulani.
There was interaction. Yeah.
Msana fura so like mfura nini? Ama asikia unaongea na yeye. There's a day bana mambo ilichemuka. Was on a call. Was on a call with her and it got a lot of issues and like why and I didn't have to start explaining from zero.
Yeah.
So it's just you to give the confidence. If I will get no confidence then to never be an issue again.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Kishindwa utapanda mlima.
Fire. Anyway, so
the first story akumba.
It is important. It is an important aspect.
Nimekumbuka bwana hii hapa mimi ni mgeni. Bwana swali la kuchupia lakini
tupa tu kama naweza jibu najibu. Kama siwezi I can always deflect it because based on the fact that I am
to me yongo via the podcast. Sija nini bwana umeshemka. Yeah, so iko sawa. Yeah, kumbali is also another time. No one should worry about.
Sawa. That's said. Sawa. So now, I just wanted you to weigh in. This is my relationships are a lot harder, and I don't know. Well, what is your take as we move away from that subject matter? Why do you think relationships are a lot harder right now as compared to when your old man could have two women and still somehow manage to have an almost good relationship with all of them?
Kuna mwanafunzi wangu mmoja yeye ushtuke wow.
It's bad. Out is bad.
Relationships. I don't know why. It's like jibu swali.
Jaribu
To
the best of your
oh yeah, I think jaribu. Jana nilikuwa mahali kwa church fulani. Ilikuwa actually church. Ilikuwa na MC mahali kwa ratio. There was this priest hapana big actually mchungaji. I can't even remember his name. Aitwa Pastor Stanley. Pastor Stanley. SDA Church kwa Kakamega. And he was saying, respect your man. Sio hata kwa mkonde mnene mweusi mfupi, because as much as ako nyumba, unaona hakuna mwanaume. I think it's a saying, I think or we have, I don't know, I don't know, but it's not like a saying. There's no man who can come and hang a coat kitu kai kwa nyumba yako, another man coming kitu kai. And my answer is there was just a thing about relationships. There was a meaning about relationships in me. It was so special, and our parents were protect them. The alibi used to protect it. There was a value in the relationship, and that value like amenda tuisha. Okay. Inapungua. Squeezy people are in relationship for different reasons. Okay. Compared na kitambo you were dating to get married. You see someone as a potential wife or husband. Squeezy value relationship imeisha. People don't respect the relationship kama kitambo. How do you get your friend sitting when you're a woman? Because I don't know. Sijui ndio kama mama. Sisi kama kulikuwa na timori wa mzee wangu akiza hit on my mom. Yeah. Sisi unaelewa. But squeeze you get those kind of things about hata marafiki zako, hit on your woman directly. Let me think to social media. Especially for women. Kuna so many things. Mimi hata sisi tunajibu aje. But relationship ni ngumu. I don't know why.
Do you think social media has played
it just played a
difficult
big role.
It has, if I was to weigh in and say that maybe get a little bit technical, it's just created an illusion of choice.
Exactly.
So like now, people think they have a lot more choices than they actually can achieve, and in so doing, you stunk a relationship that could potentially work in the hope that they can just cause some other people who are actually imaginary get out real.
Unajibu hiyo swali kwa kuuliza. But again,
yes,
you grow up reading books about like Romeo and Juliet, and stuff. Okay. It gave us an idea of how love should be. Yes. Like how we should love a woman and how a woman should love another. Like as in, so now the concept. Chill. I come to my point. There's a concept that we sold to us through books and those common stories like Romeo and Juliet, Titanic stories and stuff. Science social media, kingia pale, that whatever you call it, an illusion, they sell a different narrative.
What can you do for me?
Yeah, which guys, and so people see relationship in a different way. When I see, so you got me. Okay, see and see someone now before see, before see Hey, kuna the way we wanna visualize marriage or relationship, and how you're supposed to love a woman, and how a woman is supposed to be loyal. Actually, using the Bible as another tool, you can guide yourself to manage relationships. But sasa hii mtandao kile TikTok sasa hivi ukisha scroll 1 or 2 videos utapata video kwanza ni inspirational talks, video ya pili ni some vines, comedy stuff, video ya tatu haya ile ya tatu kwa sababu alafu ya ile sasa it's like someone there's some meme or something about relationship. Mimi nifanya nini wachana is independent woman, or like there's always something about relationship, but it's not entirely advocating for loyalty, or someone sticking to a relationship regardless of the challenges kupale. So kwambia kai mtoka uende kitambo you're like things are not working, stay. Just stay.
Hata ukienda kwenu unarudishwa. Unarudishwa kwanza, unarudishwa na kuku tena.
Exactly. My mom, because we alitoroka nyumbani. Alienda kwao. Wakamrudisha. Siku shamba kwa kikuku. But walirudishwa.
Yes.
And I remember I nilisikia one of the conversation Masikuwa, utamshinda unakuja kujanga kwa nini? Bwana huyu ni bwana wako. Go work things out. Unaona? Sahi nakwambia
protected. Amefanya nini? Sasa kaa.
Kaa hapa. I've seen those kind of conversations. Unaona? Rudi nyumbani. Unaona? It's different compared na time yetu. Sasa nafanya kitu na ngumu sana. Alafu man, that is good for people. Yes, was my illusion. They sell you for independence, being a single woman, travel, you're not capped to
toxic families.
Yes, you're not capped to rules. You can do whatever you want and stuff. So a woman will see that and
buy into the toxic.
Exactly.
Yes. And start bringing it at home.
Me, I've had a chance of having friends who are celebrities.
Yes.
And kuna mmoja wangu leo ashanipigia simu kuniomba so na ni celeb. Unaona? Bana kimsa na posting kwa mtandao bana Joel. Hata mimi ninasumbua kichwa. Na mimi mwanzo was like, wow, man. What am I doing right? Unaona? Bwana Neema, I need this man. Unaona? He's traveling, she's going to places. Unaona? And she's taking good. And must you feel like, wow, the manish life.
Yes, she's accomplished.
Hey man, wow. Then one day she called me like, why should I go so? I was like, wow. Okay, are you okay? So mtandao itakupea a life yenyewe if you're not careful. Basi unataka life mbaya sana. And I've been a victim of it by then. I've seen my friends do stuff and yes, mama, I need to do this. But it's a small trip from point A to point B. But the way someone documents that trip, wewe msonea from this side. Actually, kila fanya ni kwa barabara ndio safari kidogo.
Yeah.
No, so that's it. So let's say the goal.
Yeah.
What's your opinion?
No, you're right. And you touch on some issues that are actually proper issues that affect medieval relationships in this current contemporary times. Mambo ni magumu sana, and it's I don't know what would be the call to action, but I'm a big fan of conversations that also blow some energy in the boy child, because I actually feel the problems that we are facing primarily, the source of these problems that we face in relationships zina emanate ama zinatokana sana na the fact that I think we gave away our leadership position in the family, unit. Most a gentleman, most places utapata sasa umeanza kuleta 50-50 is fine, taking in the opinions of the woman are fine, but unfortunately the reasons why the older relationships worked because one out of one baba alikuwa anatafuta mama mwenye anamshikia kama 10 years tuanze hapo, so that brings in some bit of seniority, unaona. So I actually think that what we are lacking in our current relationships are leadership. It's leadership as a king, really. Wewe mwanaume ingia pale kama unajua hii ndio majukumu yako na wewe tekeleze. Hii mambo mengine yote jazilia juu, lakini don't ever conflate what is your primary role in the relationship. Wewe unaanza kuachia madama kufanyia mtu mbili tano na kudharau na kutoka. Nenda kutafuta mtu mwenye atapeana leadership.
As we mwambia, the value of these relationships like kufa, like we don't understand you if you're to analyze it, you don't understand what the responsibility of a man and a woman and the line between.
Yes, of course the Western agenda imejaribu kublur the line of what a man can do and what a woman can do, and that also has changia.
But again, as much as there's that side of it, ukicrack your code, it's a beautiful place to be.
Yes.
Yeah, if
it's an important point to bring. Yes,
you crack your code and you get that equilibrium between you and your woman.
Yes,
and you can balance success, the good days and the bad days.
Yes,
it's a good place to be. You find yourself, you get yourself a very, very nice friend.
yes. They are the most important person in your life.
Exactly. You find yourself a very, very nice friend. You can have your So for me, I'm speaking as a man.
Yes.
Sometimes kuna vitu za kwana go through and I can't only tell you.
Yes.
Casually, this is Muriam. But if I'm in a good space in the human, trust me, I'll tell her.
Yeah.
But hey, because stress. In a very, very light way. And you talk about it. And actually, if you get someone who listens to you, Kawang, she's a good listener. And I was here at Alanga. But you skiza. So, if you crack that code, you get yourself a very, very nice friend.
Yeah.
Mwenye atakutembea na hiyo safari.
Are you a religious person?
What is being a religious person?
Are you like, let me put it this way. Are you a Christian? Do you subscribe to Christian values? Do you believe in God, Jesus?
When I interview, I was meant to say I don't believe in God as a polygamous furia. No, I do believe in God.
Yes.
I do believe in Jesus Christ. I'm a Christian.
Catholic?
Yeah.
Yes. Do you go to church often?
No.
Are you a practicing Christian?
No.
I'm occasionally kama nimekurambo kuinje ndio na
Yeah, no part. We tend to believe that me when I believe hey, mambo ikifika mwisho nakimbilia kwa Mungu.
Yes.
Unamwambia God ni nimeelewa. No. But what I normally do, I come to realize most of my engagements is not falling on Sundays. So when I struggle to catch up with the
balance.
Balance ya kwenda church kila Sunday. So what I normally do, I do your prayers at home.
Yes.
Alafu ilikam kajua tinde mzuri siku hizi. For a church kama Catholic.
Yeah.
The church is usually open from Monday to Sunday. Naona. Alafu kuna venye kama church yetu kuna venye imeundwa and this space is a very good place ya kufikiria. So I usually go there and just sit and just have a conversation
with the big man.
The big man. So as you got a jongeleshana unaongea na yeye, but I think when I'm bring a conversation and I'm like, hey, this is what I'm going through. And there's a day him say,
Anijibu
mbaya sana. Mpaka nilishtuka. Nilienda nikawa conversation with him. Nikawa yeah, so it's a day. It's a day. What I'm checking. Umetuma hiyo.
Acha kepo kusema story yako na nini.
There's a day I went and talked to him.
Yes.
And there's a decision we had to make.
Yes.
And do you know nilitoka hapo and impact ilikuwa hivi. Directly. Tuko nifika mwisho na YouTube. Kutoka hiyo whatever I was asking for make happen.
That's good.
Mazini yani nilifika home. Kitu ya kwanza nafuatia mlango kabisa na msali kabla tu good things. So I have this culture of me going to church. I sit there, talk to him. That's me. I feel that's the best. But I'm a Christian. Though I have a different opinion. Nasemanga you understand our wachungaji pia ni binadamu. Brother John, we love a different conversation. But after that, we had this conversation with Brother John some time back. Nakumbuka. Ni binadamu and they also make some mistakes. What a weakness, human weakness. But na feeling as a mchungaji, kuna image just have to try and keep.
Yeah.
So the people pale mbele when they are translating the Bible for us, as much as they are human beings, also have weakness. Kwa tabia zingine zenye to hata mimi mwenye si from one position. Unaona? Najua kwenda kudishi mtu mdogo si poa, kudefine si poa. Kuna vitu najua, mimi najua.
Yes.
I can't do. It's normal rules I know. It's a humanity. I can't do. So most of the people kwa those positions was translating the Bible for us. I said they do some crazy stuff kwa kujiuliza.
Kama wanafanya effect yake na whoever kidogo.
Mbaya sana. No. Mbaya sana. It's a day ile in church. Then there's this woman who's a choir. and as she sings with passion, man. Like everybody knows about her. And there was some rumors about that she's HIV positive. And our old priest, akapo mbele, akasema kitu that I felt was an attack to that woman directly. That how can you as a Christian be HIV positive? No, and that thing really catch. But actually, you still got to church the following. Actually, you still really talk at church. So you're going to church the following day and stuff. No. So what I'm saying is, the people who hold that position of translating the Bible for us was Siao or what are we do?
The stewards, yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
No. Yes. Watch out when we can kama za bigger daily is no. Like when there's some things they do, man.
Bottom of the barrel. How do you ever, religion directly translates to matters of afterlife. So how do you grapple with the existential angst? How do you think actively about that? And if so, how do you deal with it? Do you deal with your mortality? It's an icky subject. Most people are not very eager to have it, but I am making everyone around me. The question is, how are you getting comfortable with the knowledge that
one day I'll die?
Yes. What are you doing about it?
Nimekam ku realize that reality the recent days.
Yes.
Kwamba it's a day. I've had those moments when you get lost in thoughts and like it's a day and you're gonna die, man. And me najiambianga I want to take care of myself so I don't die carelessly. Like, you understand? Let me of course it's not our call. Because some things you can control.
Yes.
The way I'm sometimes I try 100% sure of diet, stuff, avoid, like sometimes just live carefully. I really get myself into troubles. Like time when I was growing up, I used to plan on my movies bad. If I dating was one of the people who made shimon daily. So I don't care about people violence, I ajitoa. Growing up, people like, kuna violence unaenda. No. And these stories are maandamano. I was really part of it, and ilikuwa I had a voice, if you like, nafanya kwa part of it. Nafika wakati nikaona kuna so many things happening in it. Nikalitoa ngoja nikae kando kidogo, another day watch soup. Yeah, so I've seen it. Reality in Koma is one day we're gonna die. And this thing only hits you when you lose friends, people you've been interacting with them on a daily basis, and wake up one day they're gone. Yeah. And they can't
we lost a couple years.
Yeah, no. So we're going to we chat hayuko tena. And that number is useless. We have his number. I used to keep those numbers. When I delete the number, it's like when disrespectful to say, I used to keep the number, and it's like, no. So when I go to one, like, men didn't talk about.
Yes.
So the best thing you can do for yourself is live that life. Me, I have a family. So take care of your family. Be sure my mom is having some good time. Hata kwa sababu namtumia by the way. Wanga anapenda soda. Kunywa soda. Take care of your mom and dad. So I have my boy here. Trying to build some good things for him. Making sure like if anything happens to you, the boy is in a comfortable space. As I want to say the much you can do for him is making the boy a the kind of education that he wants. And usually I was having a convo with him, and I was asking him, what's your talent? What is that one thing you do and you feel good about it? And he was beating around so many ideas. I was like, no, school haraka. Itafika time utachagua and I even told him, I'm waiting for you to get into a competitive thing. Like, in your talent, I want you to go into a competition.
So that you can know for sure.
Yeah, then I can also come in and see you do it. So you prepare to kila kitu poa. In case it happens to you, to have a good education. Lazima maybe mzazi alipasa lakini alisomesha. I have a home. unaona your family will be like we are safe.
So funny that actually you kind of answered whatever the follow-up question, because I was going to ask you something to the line of how would you like to be remembered when all is said and done? Mzee Opata 90 years, then now the curtains close on Mzee Opata, and 500, whatever the number of years the good Lord grants you. How would you like to be remembered by your close family members, friends?
Community at large. Kwanza nini, the most important people in natakani aseme umse ni my kiddos. Taka yani they always feel proud of me. Yeah. But since never my friends they don't want to talk about their families, their fathers and their mothers because of the history, whatever the mother didn't do, the father didn't do. No. So I want my boys and my girls, Mungu anibariki now. Waseme mzazi nipea hiki kitu. Unaona? I want them to be proud of me. Yeah. Unaona? In any aspect. There's some things I might not achieve by the end of the day. Unaona? So unajua like inakuanga. You can't achieve 100% things that you want. There's a reality that some of us are not ready to face. So I want my kids also to be proud of me. Yeah. Mzazi kwa hivi. Unaona? That's the first thing. Then I just want to build a legacy in all the areas I touch. Kama drama, takani Faikita once lived a guy who was a very, very good scriptwriter, was a very, very good director. And I'm in that path already. Kuna some people who reach out and tell me, wow, when you know, wow, this idea. No, so to take example here, a boy told me that he never used to have that guts of standing
so create mass impact, yes.
Yeah. So the areas that I touch, I leave a legacy. Yeah. Says a name. This guy was here and he did vizuri sana. Yeah. And I want to do it the money fine. I don't know, an example. If you didn't know, I'm one of your followers. In all the things that you do. I won't say that you're not perfect, but you're perfect. Now, many people want to hear that kidogo mmoja ni fupi. You understand that? But kuna some of the things that I see you've done and I'm like, I want to do them kama Joel. So that kama hiyo. I want mtu mwenye yako aseme nataka nikupash. Ama atumie what I did as a guideline of his or our journey. I've tried. I've done a couple of milestones already.
Good.
From my school, I have a couple of milestones.
Yes, you're well accomplished. Ukileva watoto mpaka national level mnapigana huko na serikali. Kwa samadala wanaweka ndani, nyinyi mna perform bado.
Yeah, a couple of milestones.
It's good stuff you've done so far. And I'm sure there's a bunch of people in the community that look up to you and want to be like you. Kuna mtu anataka kuwa MC na ajua what it takes. And right now with the social media advent, you can be anything you want to be. There are people who literally feed off being masters of ceremony, and that's like their career. So it's a reality right now, and there are people who are looking up to you. Hata kama unaifanya kama hustle, side hustle, who look up to you and they are inspired by you, and that's the reason why you're being called on this platform from your year. Fungulia guests wengine wote.
What tunaita?
Time lapses.
Kuna hudi au sote.
Time lapse.
Guest number 1 bana. Bana. Ile sawa. Director takubali. Wewe ukisema tu hivyo usijali yeye mwenyewe.
Director.
Let me do nothing about you, Joel. I'll pay him a day. No. I'll tell you one thing for a fact. I'll pay him a day.
Like a Lannister.
If I was your doi, najua vile naitwa na wewe. Ni sahi. Isipokuwa sahi, ayemeenda hivi. Whenever I bring and ask if I want something from you, angalia kuna react. Utakuona is it buying into it? Ikitoka hapo wewe kufikiria, let me think about it. Najua hapa there's a high possibility that is going to be no. Or imeenda hivi.
Time lapses. If you're noting a lot of familiarity between me and MC OPASH, me and this gentleman go way, way, way back. Fun fact, MC OPASH here was my employee numero uno when I was starting out in my hustle. That is back in 2012. My very first business after nimeng'ang'ana nayo kidogo, and I needed some bit of help. This gentleman came in and he opened me up to a lot of people in this town, and we maintained even after we parted ways and he pursued other things, because of course he had other things to pursue. Our paths have always been crossing, and when I was actually doing like a social media tour, yes, we have social media friends, but when I was doing like a small social media tour, you notice you call yourself operations manager at Flash Brands, and just chuckle like that's cute. That is cute. Once time lapse.
Because the time what do you call the cards?
Yes.
Business cards.
Yes.
I think I have one.
Oh, I gave you a business card.
Yeah.
Flash Brands.
Because operations.
Well.
Wallahi.
Okay.
Uleta hivyo
Book lane your benefits bwana.
Hivi tu unajua the good thing with you when someone you need to hivi tu before you explain your. Hivi tunafaa tujue tu.
Kacha.
Kama tu sasa tunapocheza.
Sawa.
We are friends.
I got
Let me tell you one thing about friendship.
Yes.
Sometimes you don't need to ask.
Yes.
Watu msaya juu ya kupiga role yake.
Yes.
So they said to come.
I got you, brother. I got you.
Nice.
So I don't think I'm leaving anything on the table. We know I didn't try to make your time lapse. Your timeline and how you become the man that you are here, and maybe your fears, your wishes, your strengths, all of them. I think we shall be able to review them.
I didn't notice. It was actually in the need for what
that is the essence of this whole program of ours, and this show of ours. We try to establish some sort of like who you are.
Umepeleka mbali no? Umepeleka mbali. Wale maswali za mzazi hizo. Hizo ni wano.
Umepeleka mahali. So I don't know, do you have anything else to add? Any parting shot? And before you give a parting shot, I don't know if our able director, Mr. Crocs, has any question for you. I've given him the license to throw a question.
Let us wali Crocs.
Anything that you might give.
What question about yourself?
About myself?
Yeah.
Ungependa clarify mambo hapo, unaweza kwenda kupenda weird picture with these questions of mine.
But you have not been asked.
Where do you want to be the next 5 years?
So, where do you want to
no, yes, sorry, man. As in, I got to clear. It is anything about me. So, now things go to work.
There is one topic I know I have not touched on,
Yeah.
and I've just like skipped it because I don't believe this will be the last time you're coming on this show.
But the person is prepared to hint.
No, it's okay. It's a topic actually, and from the brief that I shared with you, there's a good that you have not touched politics, huh? Yeah, because of course, but that's a whole other conversation that I believe we can dive in some other time when it's that time of the year.
Unaweza unataka kwa MCA. That time unaweza you need to go on
I entertain
about coaching?
the coaching thing.
the football coaching.
Yes, and you can talk about it.
No, but briefly, I don't know. I love football. No, and
Arsenal kuna venye
sasa tu fiti nachukua ile hivyo by the hii itakuwa za Davis kwamba iso it. So nini as a time I go so inspired na your stuff. Pursue coaching as a thing.
Yeah.
Kile kafanya kafdi. Ile kafanya kafdi.
What is kafdi?
It's a course ya coach.
Okay.
It's the lowest one, so na kafdi, kafsi, OB, ukienda juu. A is the highest. Right?
Okay.
So you're going to coaching you. Must say that journey was hell, man. Basa. Like I told you, talent in Kenya.
It still goes back to institutional breakdown.
Exactly.
Yes.
So you think you just go there as a coach, as a technical person, like for to saboni. Say when you got baba, mama, like it. And it's the time I was broke in my entire life. New time. Like I was top zangu ya salary on my hustle that naiga comfortable. That's the name of support our vijana. And some of them that won't even see it.
I think you came to that realization that I came to when I was actually cutting ties with the whole production I was supporting. Yes.
Man, I want to be it's always the funny part. Yes, sometimes it's our you do because you want to do it.
Yes.
And you know the challenge you compile. But if you give that someone your kind of attention or service on the piano from your good heart, alafu msee appreciate. Mana footballers are one of the most difficult people to deal with. Hawa ndani unawaibia.
Yes.
Like kama kuna mzungana tunashanga do kula do. So just to summarize that, there's a moment in my life I was so broke.
Yeah.
Your time. I couldn't buy a beer for myself.
Yeah.
Because you look at that 300, football nafaa kule, nafaa you travel and stuff and stuff. If I used to call you and yeah, it's a difficult journey.
Yeah.
Please don't you.
There's no hope for talent in this.
There is, it's just we need to keep having these conversations, and the more we create more awareness regarding the institutional breakdown, and so we can start with one thing, the lowest hanging fruits, but the more stakeholders come on the table, the more we have more proper conversations around these topics. Things will align.
I think the power of social media is me as manga when I was growing up as an artist, when I was like, Joy man.
Because yes, social media has decentralized everything.
Yes. So it's all conversation, but I still tell the young people who have these talents, just keep on doing it. And not all of us want to make it to that the highest platform.
Yes.
But where's Jua?
Social media allows you to do it from wherever you are.
Exactly.
You don't have to go to Allianz or Nairobi to actually get to be known. You can be known. Demo Facebook sana fungukia kursa hendu tuna which is top tier right now.
See kids what is a ball at the record. It's not about singing and dancing, and acting, everything. Even if you're a footballer, get a friend that can record it a ball. Now funny thing, your TikTok na mtandao they say kama ni scout, it's a rated poster as I wanna they can just post your stuff out there. They keep on doing what you're doing too. Try to keep on.
Yeah.
Not all of us will make it to the national platform. I want that platform that is recognized as a national footballer, a national actor, or international. This is no, not all of us. But always you're none.
Yes.
No. So you work hard. Hoping you'll be one of those people in your top at that national level.
All right. Any parting shot?
Any one of those, like.
Ile maneno ya mzee Opata. If you have to tap into the 90-year-old man I was talking about. Tupe wosia mzee.
But I think during the conversation I've been throwing those the wise man of me, the wise side of me.
Yes. Final one. Mwisho.
In terms of talent,
Anything.
I mean in terms of
Life,
marriage, life.
Anything.
Life. Issue to maisha, I'm saying. As in, it's the whole essence of life, yeah. No, it's just life.
Yes.
Like, just live that life, work, look at a job, work, pumzika. No, like people forget about that thing. They want a lot of money, but they forget to rest. So dedication, say, bana. For what reason? Work, cheka nyumbani, cheka mzembe, fanya job umechukua, fanya job, get rest, no, love socialize too, no, do something for yourself, no, step out, hang out with a friend, step out, that kind of thing that makes you happy, fun, you love traveling, if you love swimming, just live life, it's a whole package, work, rest, enjoy the life, no, of course, I'm enjoyment, sometimes people overdo. People enjoy pick up matei, so you overdo. You just have that limit. Just be responsible. To that extent, I eat a heart, your body. I made up talk about girl. Yeah, so just live that life. You have that balance. Don't overdo one. So you share sana usahau kazi. No. Na pia fanya kazi usahau nini. Mr. Mkoma. Fanya kazi usahau. Unajua wewe bana wewe. You're a good friend of mine. TIME LAPSE Huyu jamaa ni mori wangu sana. Huyu jamaa anaingia kwa corporate business mpaka amesahau the things we used to do together. We used to have a thing in kikao mimi na yeye. Bye. Leo ananunua chupa 2-3, then we talk about things that I used to love that thing by then. Ananiambia what is going through in his life na kitu. Jamaa alipotea. Mimi pale tu mara 4-5 sija jamaa kapotea. Unaona? Sasa unaanza mimi mamorio wangu. Chana na watu wengine. Wewe ndio morio wangu. Wewe yangu bwana, jamaa jewe kama yuko kazi. Hapo nyumba amepotea. We've not at that road trip na wewe.
Tangu tuende ndio tukaona movie.
Tangu mwezi. Some serious stuff. We need to just buy some bottle of beer kidogo. Sio? Tutupaka hapa Kisumu. We used to go and watch movies, remember? It was our thing. Tuna book movie kuona. Kibara pale juzi.
Wakaenda.
Bana, what happened to us? Mimi tupete ulawama. Yule alikuwa too serious na life. Mimi alikuwa coordinate. No. So, history ya base yangu ya working and creating time. Ndio kidogo. Because when you see grow now, it's you in a kapanga kina Vic. We need to sisi also kama sai. Mimi care about na wewe, you understand me? Like we are the kind of position we have. We know how to break through those conversations alive. We know how to joke to what level. No. Hata sasa tukisema program ya wasichana. Si kuna venye tunajua vitu na hapo about women. Not in a stupid way because tuelewana juana. No. Legeza kidogo.
Haya.
Legeza kidogo.
They have it now. Thank you, my brother. What did you say? Work, rest, and enjoy your life.
Enjoy life.
That amazing tone. I want to thank everyone who just made it to this far of this conversation. Thank you, MC OPASH, for blessing us with your time. It's not easy. Yo kiti yenye amekalia sasa hivi.
Yeah, muzika right. Mungu nisaidie.
It's not an easy chair to sit in, but if you've made it so far, thank you. Always, as usual, hashtag Time Lapse in the comment section if you've made it so far. We appreciate, and all we're going to say is thank you, and make sure you subscribe so that you keep getting our latest content. Adios.
Adios, muchachos.